Okay, this is the September 9th core team meeting, and who can update the issues for me today? Can Skid or Steve do that? Thank you. Okay, we don't have any urgent problems, which is great. The next thing is the citizen code of conduct, pulling it to our repo. Florian's not here. Next is the 2021 edition RFC. Nico.
This is what Steve and I were just talking about. We didn't get much feedback to our question. It's basically the same as last week. We didn't get much feedback, and we didn't have time to. We didn't manage to schedule a meeting. Steve and I, we were just saying we should do that. I think give us one more week, and we'll promise to have a response. But well, I guess the other thing worth noting is that Mark wisely committed us to a kind of timeline, which I approve of, because I think we're right near the end. I mean, yeah, we'll leave it at that for now, unless people want me to talk a little bit more.
I'm okay with moving on to the survey, unless anyone else.
There's a blog post up waiting. It has links to all the translations. I've gotten translators for all of those signed up and verified for the responses. There are a few oddities, like we ask about where would you like to go for your in-person conferences next year, but we left it there. It'll be all right. So basically, I think we're pretty close to ready to go.
Awesome. Governance working group check-in.
We've kind of put ourselves on, everyone was busy and stuff's going on, so we said we're going to take a hiatus and revisit this when we have more progress around the foundation / other updates, but there is continuing efforts to form charters for the various teams, and the Libs team in particular has made the most progress here. I think Libs and Lang, we were thinking of starting there. That was kind of the last thing we were trying to do. So I don't have the draft right offhand, but it's floating around and I could circulate it.
Okay. I see Nico's taking a phone call. I feel like we talked about having a check-in on the foundation stuff in public stuff. Can you do that, Ashley? Or
I absolutely can. I actually messaged you on Discord to be like, oh no, I dropped the ball in making the issue because there was no issue to tell me to make. Anyways, I will handle that immediately after this meeting. But yeah, so the foundation working group has been, I guess project group, has been doing a lot of things. The thing that we are primarily focused on right now is talking with potential umbrella organizations that we might consider joining, as well as like investigating what it would mean to maybe do something on our own. And we're hoping to have that decision made by the end of this month. And any sort of legal papers or anything like submitted for that thing by the end of this month. So that is our big goal. We've also kind of laid out a monthly schedule for the group about like what we think we're going to achieve. We've also kind of chunked our work into, at least at the moment, like 4 separate categories. One focusing on that kind of like umbrella org situation. And then the others focusing on relationships, communications, and then legal. These aren't necessarily like teams, but they're just like chunks of work we're doing. And just because I see it coming up as far as like the email answering solution, I'm hoping that as we think about how we do communications for the foundation, like we can find a solution that might work for both core and the foundation. But that's generally where we are at with that. Another thing that the communications group is going to be working on is a blog schedule and making sure that we have regular communications out to the community. Right now, a lot of the work we're doing is very like organizational of our group, but I think we're hoping to get the blog post started as like the big decisions roll in. And so we should be seeing at least one by the end of this month. But I could kind of already expect to. So it's on our minds, sending blog posts out for the community. I don't know if anybody else in the group wants to add anything.
I think you summarized it quite well.
Okay, for the email answering solution, I have tried out Help Monks and it seems okay, except I don't think it'll do GitHub permissions, but I need to investigate that. But I think it has a way that you can basically only interact with it via email, which shouldn't impact anyone's workflow if you don't want to ever log into that. I think I also just got on a beta for Yeto or something. I need to investigate that. And like, I have not tried out automating it through GitHub Actions issues yet, which I kind of still like that option, but I haven't done it yet. So I have more work to do, but I've done a little bit of work is my update there. Okay. Going to the periodic check-ins column, I'm not seeing anything to check in, mostly because those are Florian's. Does anyone else have anything for the public part of the meeting? Okay.